It's a crazy life out here in Savannah.
But what about the
shit happens out here,
yeah? What about the paranormal though?
Right, so there's a lot of dead slaves out here.
All right, so my great grandma
stuff that's
happening
out here, and it's real.
To be out there in the pink house,
Yeah.
and she said she seen like some. Yeah, pink house.
one little girl. I don't know the name because they know the name if you go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
No, tell me. I know the pink house. Yeah.
It's like a haunted place, the upstairs.
Totally.
Yeah, bro. Shit's crazy out there. Savannah, come out.
No,
here.
but there's really some probably some stuff that's.
No, it's crazy, bro.
A lot of history has happened here. So
but I'll tell you, because we had roam the streets when we were young, and even till now, bro, we had run through these
like stuff like this, though, man. Like it's got to be like there's some history here, and if you go to bed up in here, something may happen,
Gabe and Kyle here. We're on location here in Savannah. Nathaniel Greene is actually the most haunted square in all of Savannah. We're on location. We're looking for nefarious, but hopefully we find any sort of paranormal activity.
So, Gabe Matthews here. What's the name of the cemetery?
I think it's Colonial.
You think it's Colonial?
Second moment. We have a few maps this time. And Colonial Park Cemetery.
Gabe Matthews here. We're at Colonial Park Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia. We found some people. Are you guys from Savannah?
Yeah, we're from Florida.
Florida. Okay, they happen to be visiting, and we're here in cemetery. An active site. Do you guys have any feeling of paranormal?
I don't really know the feelings, like how to describe it, so I don't know.
There's a nefarious, Savannah is one of the most nefariously active paranormal sites in the coastal empire. If you didn't know that, and we've noticed that a lot of the paranormal comes from like conflict. So people of the past, they'll have died. Like we were with Lake Porters, and they died, and they tend to have a lingering presence. And Savannah, just in general, just kind of brings up a feeling of that. I was just wondering if you guys can speak to like how you feel about Savannah and its paranormal.
If I see anything that I don't know what to say, I'll pretty sure it will be what it is. I've always loved ghost stuff, horror stuff, anything like that, or plain interest. So if I ever came face to face with a ghost, I think that would be like one of my best days.
Colonial Cemetery. I'm here with a local tour guide named Sargon. Sargon, could you tell us a little bit about what you do, tour guide?
Yeah, so I do history tours and ghost tours of Savannah for the past 11 years, and really I like to kind of get in depth and talk about like how everything is connected in Savannah and what leads to this, and that relates both to the history and the chain of events that happen, but also kind of how the ghost stories come about, how the stories are shared, and then how people experience them and how that all kind of interweaves together as well.
So I saw earlier today you were go through the cemetery. What's the cemetery like, and what do you tell people when you come through the cemetery?
So Colonial Park Cemetery is special because it's the oldest burial ground in Georgia you can still walk in. But those boards are chosen in a really specific way because Savannah has paved over 5 of its major cemeteries, and every one that doesn't count as majors, that'd be like church plots or family plots or things like that. And so the older cemeteries you can only walk on as opposed to through.
Sounds like Daniel's a believer.
Yeah, oh hell yeah, dude. One time.
So you believe in paranormal ghosts?
Yeah. So one time I was like middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning. This is when I used to live in New York. We used to live in this like old military housing, and I was watching the Grudge late at night, and I went to go use the bathroom. As soon as I step out of my room, I just see this white figure. I swear, I just see a white figure with chains on it, and I like slammed my door, ran under my cover. I'm like 12, maybe like 10, I don't know. And And I ran onto my covers, so freaked out, man. That shit was mad scary. I ain't never seen no paranormal shit in my life. But that's when I became a believer, is when I fucking saw that figure in my face. And I slammed that door.
Now, were you watching the American or the Japanese Grudge?
Japanese.
You were watching the one.
Yeah.
How about you, sir?
I don't believe.
You don't believe at all?
Not at all.
Is there anything that would change your mind?
I'd have to see it.
So evidence.
Yeah.
So if we came up with evidence and we're able to show you and prove,
Yeah.
then you would, without a doubt, you'd have an open mind. So so even if you were found evidence, you would not be like, I believe. You're like, I now have an open mind for it.
I would have an open mind to listen to what you guys have, so that I can back into the city.
Those paranormal investigators, have an open mind and definitely believe is the best way to go about it. But skeptics, they're around, and that's what we have to deal with and battle all the time.
Nobody wants to talk about Nathaniel Greene. Everyone accepts him as this leader. However, this ground is littered with grave sites of unidentified graves, unidentified burial sites across this entire place. Nobody understands why we have to accept the fact that Nathaniel Greene's monument stands here, a colonialist, a statesman, and yet the Native Americans lay unidentified beneath this ground.
Another thing is like capturing orbs as well, which a lot of them can be debunked, but a number of them. Do you have any, like, maybe a way that is to capture an orb, like any tips to capturing a?
That's all I would be like.
Do you notice anything drawn to you?
I hope not. No. No, we were just here and taking a picture again because it's like we could just sit there and pull and that's all.
So if you come here at night, you can just take a photo, and you're probably going to capture an orb because, again, this is an active site.
Photographic anomaly.
The phonographic anomaly. Yeah. We prefer not to call it that, but whatever makes you feel, whatever opens your mind a little more.
So it wasn't me that experienced this, but I believe it. So my pops was in the we're staying with my grandparents, and my pops was in the living room. It's late at night too. He was in the living room watching TV, and he hears slippers, like footstep slippers, like you got slippers on, someone walking down the hall or something, dragging their feet, and he thought it was my Lola, my grandma, and he was like, "Is that hello? Is that Lola?" And no one coming out from the hallway, but he heard the footsteps and the sandal dragging through the floors. No, my grandma didn't even pop up through the hallway. She fucking. Oh, that shit just getting good because I used to sleep there too, so it'd be creepy.
And it's obvious if you look around, there is no Spanish moss hanging from any of these trees. The reason for this is the spirits understand and they witness why this might happen. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Would you mind talking to us for a second?
I've seen her pictures, and I see the orb. Of course, I'm still a skeptic, but she's got some legit thing to breathe. I'm an engineer, so I'm more black and white. Trying to cut out and see the data.
Yeah, there's all kinds of tales. A guy who gets on a bus like he used to coming out of the cemetery, so taking a trip elsewhere. The orbs are extremely common in the cemetery. I've seen several photos of them. I've had a tourist, this wonderful 12-year-old girl that just kept catching paranormal activity on her camera. Had a live recording where we were seeing an orb on her camera as she recorded it live that was not in front of us visually in the air. So that was spectacular. And I also seen a video someone called the cemetery of an upper torso of a man, kind of like white, foggy, shadowish.
So a full torso apparition.
Torso, clear, anthropomorphic, very clear upper body coming out of the back wall.
And they do it.
I think
we'll have to come back maybe tonight and see if we can.
Do you remember the time of night that was?
It was during the day. Or the afternoon. And there was warm.
I could.
It was sunny.
We could try to see if we can get EMF. Get my EMF meter?
Yeah.
Right. My name's Kyle.
Yeah.
Yo, is this the Blair Witch Project?
Okay.
Yo, we're paranormal investigators, and we're trying to investigate. If you notice, there's no Spanish moss there, right?
If you want to do cocaine, you're in the South, but we're partying like the 1980s. However, here we are.
Is a EMF tester, electromagnetic field. So, for instance, if we go to this camera, you see a little blip. Yep. So, because it's measuring the electromagnetic field, and obviously electronic equipment will spark it. But now, if you're in the middle of fields and there's no electronics anywhere, and you're measuring
You get the
electricity,
electric.
it's a spirit, because ghosts are energy, and they're able to cause a disturbance in the electromagnetic field. And also measure temperature, because you can just get like a strange drop. Typically cold spots is another indicator of a spirit present. Okay.
Got that?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much Nathaniel Greene got
I know something you don't know, Yogi.
So pretty much Nathaniel Greene got the guilt was right along because of the loss that was not indigenous to Savannah. And if you look up,
I know something you don't know, Yogi Bear. Yogi has a 12-inch dick, black bear.
Do you see that as proof?
I see that as proof of something. Like, that's not, the orbs could be related to light if you're looking at it from a skeptic point of view, or it can be interesting things captured in the thing, but something that specific of a shape that moved through the frames was probably the most convincing thing I'd ever seen. It wasn't a still frame that could have been a shadow or a second image if you're still looking at old photography.
Okay, so across the bridge headed towards South Carolina, going towards Temptation, there's an exit cut off on the bridge. There's like this abandoned warehouse or factory, and it's bad. It's like bad creepy in there. So when he was in there, you'd hear like a bunch of like creaking. I don't know if there's animals or anything like that or plums, but we heard like noises, creaking, like wood, like you step on a stick and hear a crack. All that shit is, but it's mad dark in there. But we try reaching to the top and shit. You just hear a bunch of like spooky sounds. I don't know if it's wind, cause it'd be windy, but.
So there is nothing in the video, and then it emerges from
And a
the
full
wall.
torso apparition. Do you have this?
That's the trick with
Oh,
giving
man.
stories. Is everybody gets so excited, and you can talk to them about giving you the footage afterwards, but then they go home and they go back to the normal life.
I know exactly how that is.
Can you say that again, but like, make it sound like it could have been paranormal entities as opposed to like bugs or animals.
Okay, shit. So yeah, I just pretty much just heard like noises, creaks, sounds like people walking through warehouse.
And what do you have to say about?
I can come up with an answer for any of that. The temperature
so
drop. That's atmospheric.
I feel like you're a little more open-minded now, having be with us, and I mean we're kind of doing a paranormal investigation right now, so to speak. So coming out and being part of a paranormal investigation, I think, is open your mind a little bit to believing.
Sure, I'd say that.
Maybe say like, I think it came from like paranormal origin.
Oh shit, yeah, it could be like ghosts, could be spirits stuck in there, because it's an old warehouse. I don't know, because Savannah is an old town, a bunch of slaves and all that. Could have like a bunch of slave workers and shit in there. I don't know, but shit's creepy.
Would you be okay speaking in the camera and saying that you believe in ghosts?
Oh no, I would not. I do not believe in ghosts.
I'll do it. Yeah.
I do not believe in ghosts, but I'm open to the exploration of that, and if there's proof out there, then yeah, I'm not going to say that they're not out there. They don't exist.
Well, can you look and say that ghosts may just the most, like,
There's a possibility that ghosts exist. Sure, I'll say that. possibility for a lot of things.
He said that if you burn down the mosque, then that would control the
Yogi has a 12-inch stick. Black.
Shut up.
Yeah, and if you want to add to that or say what you're...
I wholeheartedly believe in ghosts.
Well, again, that was great.
All right.
We really do appreciate it.
Anyway,
Yogi likes it in the butt. Care Bear. Yogi likes it in the butt. Care Bear.
He's so excited.
alright, so pretty much like Nathaniel Green, he's buried here. He got that yellow fever was brought upon by the moss. And so he's like, hey, you see him burn all the moss in the land. And everyone's like, no, dude, you're fucking crazy. Like, that's not the belief in. And then, like, after when Nathaniel Green died, or when he's buried, right here, you look up all across the earth, there is no indigenous moss. Like, literally, just, like, look up, you don't see. And
It's the only square.
there's nobody who'd, like, will come in here and, like, literally, like, take down the moss. Like, they don't do that.
Ghosts exist.
Ghosts exist. Ghosts exist.